Hello English learner, in this video we will be discussing very popular American idioms and expressions that you might want to try out. They're a little bit advanced, but they're very popular. Lots of Americans use them, and you will learn how to use them in your everyday conversations. So if that's something that you're interested in, continue watching this video. And our first expression is a hill to die on. A hill to die on. Your hill to die on is a cause or an issue or problem that is very important. So much so that you are willing to die for it, which is usually just an exaggeration when commonly used. It's mostly just used to show that something is very important to you. So often, you might hear someone using this expression to question another person about whether taking something very seriously is worth the effort. Okay, for example, let's say a couple in a relationship are in an argument and one person wants to buy a pickup truck and the other wants to buy a van. They are having a really difficult time deciding on which vehicle to purchase. So one person decides that this is not going to be their hill to die on. He or she is not going to let this issue of which vehicle to get harm his or her relationship. It is not worth it. It is not going to be his hill to die on or her hill to die on. Next, Tom, Dick, or Harry. Tom, Dick, or Harry. So, Tom, Dick, or Harry is used for an unspecified number of people or as a reference to just ordinary or non-special people. Okay, so for instance, I could say, make sure you lock the doors to the store at night. We don't want Tom, Dick, or Harry wandering around. Or you're just going to let every Tom, Dick, or Harry into your restaurant? Or every Tom, Dick, or Harry work for our company? So it's usually used in this negative kind of way. Just refers to ordinary people, anybody. You'll let anybody into your restaurant? You'll let any Tom, Dick, or Harry into your restaurant? Number 3, quit while one's ahead. To quit while one's ahead. So this is kind of an interesting expression, right? It's to quit while one's ahead, or to stop doing an action, a task, or activity while you have achieved a good amount of success at that activity. So I'm gambling at the casino in Atlantic City, and I'm playing the slots, and I've won $300. I decide to stop playing while I have a good amount of money, so I don't lose my money that I just earned. So I'm quitting while I'm ahead. You don't want to do this next one. Bite the hand that feeds you. Bite the hand that feeds you. So to bite the hand that feeds you means to treat a person who is friendly or helpful towards you in a bad way, in an unfair way. So I could say that you are living with your friend now because you can't afford your own place. You can't afford your own home. But you bite the hand that feeds you because you're not contributing to household chores. You're not helping them clean the house. You are biting the hand that feeds you because you are treating the person that is helping you, that's giving you a place to live, unfairly. I love this expression. Squeaky wheel gets the grease. Squeaky wheel gets the grease. Squeaky wheel gets the grease. So it basically means the person who complains or that is the loudest will get the most attention or the most help. So, an example could be a salesperson and a customer, or actually, let's say a server at a restaurant and a patron at that restaurant. The patron orders her food. She orders a steak, medium well. That's how she wants it cooked. And instead, the server gives her a steak that is rare, which is, very close to a raw steak, raw meat, not cooked. She doesn't want it because she doesn't eat rare meat. So she could choose not to tell the server because she's very polite, but she decides to tell the server because, well, she doesn't like raw meat and she wants to eat something she will enjoy. So she tells the server that she would prefer her steak to be cooked the way she likes. And the server apologizes. He fixes the error and also gives her a side of mashed potatoes. She got what she wanted because she complained, right? The squeaky wheel got the grease in this situation. Next, we have a phrasal verb, to zero in on. To zero in on. To zero in means to direct all one's attention to someone or something. So this is one of those tricky phrasal verbs with two prepositions, but it's not so tricky. It's pretty simple. So I could say that a photographer might zero in on his or her subject, which is, let's say, a tree or a mountain. So they would focus their camera on these objects. They would direct your attention to those things. They would zero in on the tree or zero in on the mountain. Or I could say that my tutor, my algebra tutor, helps me by zeroing in on the types of problems that I have trouble solving. So the tutor focuses or directs my attention and his attention to those specific algebra problems. A fun, informal expression: you ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing yet. So if I were to say, you ain't seen nothing yet, basically it means that something more exciting or scary or surprising, etc., will happen in the future. So, for example, we could be attending a concert together and the performer just jumped into the crowd and started crowd surfing. And you say, wow, what an exciting show this is. And then I say, oh, you ain't seen nothing yet. Meaning the show will get even more exciting. Maybe the performer will set her guitar on fire or something. So something greater, grander, worse, maybe, whatever will happen in the future. So you ain't seen nothing yet. Next up, to get a load of something. To get a load of something. To get a load of something or someone is usually said, informally of course, it's usually said when you want to draw attention to someone or something that is interesting, okay? So for instance, I'm watching the news and I see something crazy. There's a strange news story on television. And I turn to my friend and say, get a load of this news story, okay? Meaning, look at what's on TV. This is very interesting or strange. I'm drawing her or his attention to what's on TV. Get a load of this book. Get a load of this guy's outfit. Get a load of whatever you want to draw attention to, right? And usually it's get a load of, right? We don't really say get a load of, okay? Especially if we're speaking very quickly. Then we have to drive up the wall. To drive up the wall. So next would be to drive up the wall, right? So this means to really irritate or annoy someone. Maybe you've heard the expressions drive someone crazy or drive someone mad. It's pretty much the same. So I could say, this loud music is driving me up the wall. My boss is so annoying and she's really driving me up the wall. My children are driving me up the wall today. They are complaining about everything. To be knee deep in. Knee deep in. So to be knee deep in means to be overwhelmed by something or just to have a lot or large amount of something. You might tell your friend, Andrew, "Hey, Andrew, can't go to the party tonight. I'm knee deep in schoolwork," meaning I'm overwhelmed with schoolwork. Or I could say, Bill Gates or Jeff Bezos is knee deep in cash, meaning they have a large amount of money. They're knee deep in it, literally up to one's knees in something. One I use all the time, smooth sailing. Smooth sailing. So smooth sailing is an adjective, right? So it describes a situation that is problem-free or that is going very well. So I could say, I used to struggle with riding my bike, or I used to have a hard time with computer programming, but now it's smooth sailing. Riding my bike is easy. Coding is easy. And one day for you, speaking English will be smooth sailing. You'll be a natural. And that is the end of today's video. I know it's been a crazy, ridiculously long time since I've uploaded a video, and I'm happy to start uploading more again. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was useful. I hope you start to use these expressions in your everyday conversations and everyday language. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. Feel free to give me a like, subscribe to this channel if you like this type of content and want more English learning content. And until next time, English learners.